Next on the menu, we have day in the life trend still getting people fired. Hey, welcome to the official reaction channel of me. If you want more highly edited with comedic timing edits type deal, way more cut and process, check out Spaidz. The links will be in the description below. We're not gonna do too much dilly dallying. Let's get a bite of this video.
Day in the life videos keep getting people fired.
I love my job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
A few months ago, it was the Mac store employee at the LAX airport who got fired after posting day in the life videos showing an array of confidential information.
Is she showing where the change and shit goes? Am I seeing that right?
Covered that situation and a few others in a previous video. And now there are new viral situations where this day in the life trend is ending people's careers and even exposing illegal business operations.
As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. I had absolutely no idea that I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it.
Day in the life is a trend where people film a play-by-play of a day in their life. Most people spend most of their days working, so most of these videos show people's workday. Some of them are interesting and inspiring and give us insight into what other people do for work, but some people show way too much information in these videos, and that can have career-ending consequences.
Yeah, see, that's why you gotta find a fine line between the two. Or you could just like not do it at work at all. You can make content without like having to film your job. And if you do film your job, just be out in the parking lot, faced away from the building, and just saying, hey, work was this, work was that, or I'm fucking hungry, I'm gonna go get a bite to eat. And then you can go there and film content about work. You could do a story time at home about work. You don't have to film at work. You're jeopardizing your life for views. What else is new?
Today, we're going to be discussing a couple of new viral situations where this has happened, starting with the substitute teacher who got fired after posting a day in the life TikTok of her first day.
She was fired on the first damn day? Holy.
Yeah. We got a new hustle unlocked. I'm a school teacher now. Little brothers. Let's get the day rolling. Who would have ever thought it?
Okay. Now, I know that she probably didn't know that, but you're literally showing the school, the name of the school, the front of the school, and the kids inside the school. Yeah. Wallahi, you're finished. And I understand why you got fired on the first day now.
Damn, filming students walking in the hallway.
Yes, ma'am. Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't had to do too much, man. To be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
Doesn't the teacher usually leave a lesson plan or instructions for what the class should be doing while they're gone?
Give me a little lunch break.
Okay, so she's filming a hallway parade or pep rally in the hallway.
Damn, shorty. Yeesh. Man, I gotta get about these school kids trying to take me down, man.
What? Damn, shorty. What? Oh, hell no.
And then I look so young. I look like one of them.
Appreciate.
You know, my little free time, I had to go out there and give me some little content, little fit check. Really just a chill fit today. Cause y'all know if it was up to me, I would have been rough fine head to toe. Y'all know I ain't lying. But they did have a pep rally and came clutch, and that was the typical day.
And that's a typical day on your first day. And last day, because she got fired for filming students. I'm not surprised.
As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. It's honestly so sad how sick the world is that you guys automatically mischaracterize me fully without further context. I'm a content creator. I record everything I do, so it was typical for me. And as you guys know, if you create content, you will know that everything you see is not what you get. Majority of the content that you do see was recorded while I was alone. It looked as if I had a class, but I did not have a class, and the school knows that. I did not.
Well, considering the clips I just saw, you were not alone. You were, in fact, behind the phone as you filmed the students and the building and whatnot. Also, going back to your previous point of content creators typically film wherever they do, and what you see is not what you get, and the mischaracterizing and all of that. I understand that, but not one part of you, not one synapse fired in your head and told you, maybe I shouldn't be filming at a school, filming the students, filming the building, filming everything. The school. I don't know. Maybe I'm cooked. Maybe I'm the one on crazy pills here.
I have a class, I had nothing but free time. Aside from the body cam that was already recording, everything else was recorded when I was alone.
So she's basically saying that she staged the clips where it looked like she had a class or was talking to a class. The body cam that was already recording, I mean, that's exactly the problem.
And as I explained when I first arrived, this was my very first time subbing ever. I had absolutely no idea that I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it. I truly would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue of recording students.
She said that she didn't know that she couldn't record students because this is her first time subbing. Did she just show up for her first day without any sort of training or an orientation or having to sign some forms about like the code of conduct? And even then, like, I think most people would just know that you shouldn't film students and post them to your social media. But
I feel like most people knows that a school is supposed to be a sacred ground for learning, a sacred ground for a lot of shit. I don't think you're supposed to film students unless it's like in very hyper specific situations. You shouldn't be filming students at all, or the outside of the damn building. Wallahi.
I would be surprised if she didn't have any sort of information.
I truly would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue with recording students. I went on TikTok before I worked, and that's what I seen. I am by far no predator or anything close to it. That is insane for it even to be put onto me.
Well, people, yeah, I had the same reaction, but it probably was an out of context clip. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe it was a out of context clip, but you did say in your words, "Damn, shawty, you kids gonna get me in trouble," to a student. You did say that. So I don't know what you meant by that, but speculation's up in the air, I suppose.
Truly just thought I was doing something good for the youth. Like, honestly, and I was enjoying it. I wasn't going to make a video, but I've been receiving an awful amount of hate. I feel like it was necessary for me to clear my name up. I truly do apologize for how it may seem, but my slang and terminology is much different than yours. But none of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point.
None of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point. Worse. Does that make it any better?
And I do apologize for this once again. I truly do, but I had no idea this was prohibited. I assure you that it would have not been posted.
A lot of people interpreted what she said in the video's voiceover during the hallway parade as predatory.
Damn, shorty. Yeesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them.
I can see it, although she is adamant that that is not the case.
What I meant by shorty in the terminology, the kids were going to take me down were absolutely not what you guys took them as. Those kids were smaller than me, shorter than me, younger than me. They are shorties, they are young. That absolutely means nothing with flirting. My terminology is much different from you guys. So I said the kids were going to take me down, as in a phrase of the kids all together. That absolutely did not mean anything. That is sick to even.
Okay. I could kind of see that, but I know your slang. I know what type of slang you were using with the damn shorty. Y'all kids gonna take me down. In most connotations, when you say damn shorty, like the way you said damn shorty, that's not damn kid, you know, like holy shit kid, you guys are gonna fucking jump me. You said damn shorty, I gotta get up out of these schools. They gonna take me down. These kids gonna take me down. What else are we supposed to think there? Our mind instantly jumps to it because you have so many people they have so many people that are obsessed with pre-ordering the box or the or the bus. They are pre-ordering the shit, and they don't care about the fucking due date. They don't care. They want their shit pre-ordered, and that's not okay. And it's been happening a lot, especially in recent years. That's why our mind went specifically to that. But you could not have meant that. It's just the way you said it, the words choice makes it seem that way. And I know your connotation and everything. So
even think of that. I am a content creator. I am known. The kids knew me. They were supporters of mine. So I say take the kids were going to take me down. That means as the same way that supporters do anybody else that they support. I'm no different from them. I handle myself more than properly. I do have a fan base. I do have supporters. I do have people that know me. Those kids already had knew me previously. It was several kids coming up to me trying to see, am I that person? That's what I meant by take me down, all hassling me at once. Is what I meant. Absolutely didn't mean anything from kids. That is sick. Those are kids, so they see me as somebody famous. They were all entouraging me at one time. That's what I meant. I find it sick that you guys would assume that I'd be saying that phrase in any other way.
Before her account was banned, she had around 100,000 followers, I'm pretty sure. So I was kind of questioning, like, it was her first day, so how would students have known her previously? How would they know who she is? Like, what are the odds that they would actually watch and be familiar with her TikTok content? That question was answered for me, but we'll get back to that in a second.
This was a voiceover I added way after I left the school. Again, it was an additional voiceover. It was not recorded. On the videos, it was nothing saying I was cheering the school on. There was an additional voiceover that I added after I mashed the videos up. I am truly so sorry that you guys are not familiar with me or my terminology, but I absolutely meant no harm. The entire 2 days that I worked, I did nothing but my job.
What do you mean? I did nothing but my job. Filming a day in the life, especially one showing so much, was not part of the job description at all.
I was to myself.
That's true. You also said you didn't have to do anything, so I don't know if you actually did your job. You said you were the type of teacher to just let them do what they want. I imagine that's not how a teacher is supposed to conduct themselves. If you had to ask me anyway, the teachers that did do that, they still did their job. They gave us the curriculum and everything, and then they sat down and was like, once y'all are done with the curriculum and your work that you have for today, you guys can chill. Yes, I will be over here if you need me. Basically, I didn't see any of that. Maybe these are out of context clips and you do have that. Devil's advocate, silver lining, but I didn't see that. So I'm just going off of what I saw here. You did not do your job. You were filming a day in the life, all of that. And I just don't think it's worth it for people to film the day in the lives at work. You can make work content without involving the work. And if you do have to, there's better ways to do it than what was displayed here, obviously.
Not one single kid that could say that I did or said anything inappropriate my time those 2 days.
She did do something inappropriate.
It was truly just a misunderstanding. But now that I see with creating content, it's easy to misunderstand and misinterpret things because everyone is free to their own opinions. That doesn't mean just automatically mischaracterize me. Truly, honestly, you guys, I would truly have to be an idiot to know that I'm doing something wrong that would lead to this much and still do it. I absolutely did not know. What I said in a voiceover was absolutely not meant how you guys took it. I just talk very differently. My slang is different. I do realize that those are students and I am an adult. I should have been way more professional with my word choicing.
Yes, should have definitely been much more professional overall, and especially with the word choice. And what further lends to that is the overall unprofessionalism and the blurring of boundaries throughout that video. She has a constant theme where she's emphasizing how young she looks. She looks like she's one of them. She
did say that. And to give her credit, she does. She does look really young. But you did say that. Out of nowhere. After you said, damn, shorty, you kids gonna take me out. Shit, I'm young. I look like one of you, too. What does that even mean? How else are we supposed to take that?
Looks like she's one of the students. She doesn't look like she's a teacher, but she is a teacher, or she was a teacher. Someone can look younger than their age at no fault to them, but that doesn't change the fact that they're an adult, full stop. So that coming off as a point of pride for her in the video, I don't think helps her case at all. She also said that the kids didn't know that there was an additional voiceover added onto the TikTok. Well, I'm sure they do now, and her voiceover combined with filming students without their knowledge created this further separate issue.
Okay, so I didn't even factor all of that into my little noodle. You're filming without them knowing. You're doing a voiceover where you're like, damn, shorty, you gonna get me in trouble, basically is what you said. And you said, you made it a point that you look as young as the students and that you could pass for a student. All in that order. So, I don't know what else we were supposed to think. I'm gonna say this over and over again. Sound like a broken record. What else are we supposed to think? Truly.
One of the students shown in the hallway parade was briefly looking in the teacher's direction. So after this entire situation blew up, a student kept receiving messages from people online who were under the impression that she was looking at her teacher in an inappropriate way. So she made a video posted to her friend's account explaining the situation. I won't be showing it, I'll just give you the rundown. The student said that she just glanced in that direction because the substitute teacher was holding her phone at her hip. So you're telling me that you wouldn't look in someone's direction who's holding their phone like this as you're walking by them? I would look in their direction. Remember how I was a bit confused as to how anyone could have known who the substitute teacher was before her first day? The student and her friend also clarified in that video that no one knew who she was before then. So that answered my question. She was not a known presence before her platform, and she just showed up to the school and she had all these fans and supporters, which honestly is a good thing because the videos that she had on TikTok before all of this is a bit raunchy, and I won't even be getting into that. But because the substitute teacher filmed students without their permission and posted it online.
Listen, do what you want. I don't give a fuck if you're raunchy. Be respectful. Obviously, if it's too much, then clean it up. But I don't know what exactly how raunchy it is. This is just a side note because I kind of feel the same way. I do feel strongly about high amounts of raunchiness and high amounts of ghetto-ness. I think it should be in moderation. You only use it to accentuate your personality. It shouldn't be your whole personality, just like many things in life.
It resulted in a student being bullied by other people online. It's messed up that that student was receiving the messages that she had, and that it got to the point where she felt the need to post something to defend herself. I made a video not too long ago talking about how widespread that issue of filming strangers and posting it online has become, and how meta glasses are making it even more of an issue. Something I tend to emphasize on my channel is that if you're going to post something publicly to the internet, you should make sure that you're okay with facing the court of public opinion over that thing. If it's something that you don't want people to have discussions about, or you don't want to be known for that thing, then definitely don't post it publicly.
That's not rocket science. What the fuck I look like posting a video where I go to a school, film the front of it, film all of the students, their faces in it, by the way. They don't know. And I make kind of a weird commentary that could be taken weird over it. And then when you say, hey, I don't think this is really that appropriate. What are you doing? And I say, fuck you! How are you gonna assume what I am because of what you've seen of me that I put online, which could be your first impression of me? Fuck you! Basically, it's... If you're going to be a content creator, if you're going to post shit, if you're going to make videos, you need to realize people are going to see it. And it is open for public scrutiny. Now, I'm not saying all public scrutiny is valid. Heavens no, it's not. Obviously, people felt strongly about it. And you got to be able to face up to that. You got to face up to whatever you post. If it bothers you, it does. If not, it doesn't. That's the way it is.
All because you cannot have retroactive control over something that you posted publicly yourself. But all too often with strangers being filmed without their knowledge and posted online is that they didn't make the choice themselves to put whatever it is out there online. But because it was put out there by someone else, they still have to deal with those outcomes for better or for worse. The substitute teacher also made another 5-minute video basically saying a lot of the same things.
Man, I'm actually a great person to have around your kids. You get what I'm saying? Great mentor. Head always been on straight. Never been a loose screw.
In addition to that, she gave an update that she was fired from her other job based on how much this situation had blown up online, and that she started a GoFundMe page. The next situation that I'm going to get into is a lash tech who posted a day in the life video exposing her own illegal business operations. Come with me for a no call, no show. And then we come to see that her shop is inside a storage unit. I mean, this got a range of reactions from people. People are saying that they understand because they would be very sketched out by having to show up to a storage unit for their lashes. Not gonna lie, if you gave me the address and I pulled up to a storage unit, I'd think you're trying to unalive me, so I get it. People are also going back and forth on
it's not ridiculous to say that.
Whether it's legal to operate a lash business in particular out of a storage unit. Yes, you can run a business from a storage unit, but primarily for operations like storage, inventory management, and shipping, not for client-facing activities. People are arguing whether it's important that she has a sink within the actual storage unit or whether the bathrooms from the actual storage facility building itself is sufficient. And there are other people saying this isn't so bad. There are people doing lashes out of their car or out of their house. But is this just a bunch of people hating on someone, just trying to run their business and get their money up? Or are they calling out an obviously illegal business broadcasting health and safety violations? I don't know. I don't see the issue with the storage unit personally. Keep getting your money up. For somebody doing this type of service or really anything in the beauty industry, it can be kind of difficult starting out. Renting an actual suite can be kind of expensive if you don't already have your clientele built up. And as much as I sympathize, it's illegal. This lash tech is located in the DMV, so what I was able to find about Maryland's laws and regulations around lash techs and the licensing and salon permits and all this stuff. In order to be a lash technician, you have to have a cosmetologist license or an esthetician license. They just recently released something that allows you to get a limited eyelash extension license, but that's not even rolling out, and they're not really letting people apply for that until like 2026, so doesn't apply. I have no clue what kind of licensure this lash tech has or whether she's licensed at all. She might be, she may not be, but what I can conclude is that running a salon out of a storage unit cannot be legal. The law in that state requires you to be affiliated with a licensed salon to perform any sort of cosmetology services. You're also required to have a salon permit. In order for a salon to receive a permit, it has to undergo an inspection by the board of cosmetologists. And among the requirements for a salon passing and being able to get a permit is that the salon has to have a restroom maintained specifically for salon clients. You also have to provide proof of zoning documentation from the local zoning board, basically saying that this place that I want to use as my salon is zoned to be a salon. So that address.
So she doesn't have any of that. So it's just like a bunch of compounding illegal shit stacking on top of each other. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing this. It's not a good idea.
This has to be approved for use for like cosmetology services. If it's a home-based salon, then it can't be part of your living quarters. It has to have its own separate entrance and its own bathroom. There are also some storage facilities that do allow businesses to operate out of them. But by that, storage facilities mean that you can store things for your business in the storage facility, but you can't work out of it. So if you have inventory that you need to store somewhere, some storage facilities are willing to do that, but you can't run a client-facing business out of a storage facility. So what can happen to somebody if they're operating out of a space without a salon permit? Well, the board of cosmetologists might initiate criminal prosecution. If you're licensed, you could lose the license. You could also face some hefty fines. Given the potential consequences, it's pretty shocking that someone would broadcast themselves operating a lash extension business out of a storage unit. Many people have pointed out how it's not wise to post this type of thing online. Publicly posting evidence of illegal activity isn't really a good idea. Self-snitching is at an all-time high. Don't understand posting this just so that people can report you. Yes, people went the extra mile to report her to the state board and to the storage facility. Some people started saying that she got kicked out of the storage unit, but I can't really confirm that. I can reason with the idea of like doing what you gotta do before you can like afford the next step and go get your own salon suite and stuff. But especially if you're posting this online, is it really worth the risk? I've been getting lash extensions for almost 3 years now. I wouldn't personally feel comfortable getting my lashes done out of a storage unit, but that's just me because she does have clients. There are people out there who are more than willing, but it's still illegal and it's still against pretty much any storage facility's policies. So sharing that online is not a smart move at all. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
No, it's not a smart move. It's a fucking idiotic pack-a-punched, if you will. Levels of idiotic. I'm stuttering. It's so bizarrely obvious that it's not legal or a good idea at all. You all let me know what you think, though. If me and her are just like overreacting, if we're like it's huffing the opium straight from the glass cock, or if we just know what we're talking about. Probably not know what we're talking about, but if we have an inkling on, yeah, this is probably not a good idea. With all that being said, 1,000 thanks for watching. Check out my main channel in the description below. Have a better day than me.